What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Goons podcast. If you're watching on video, you can tell that we've got two lovely guests here. And if you're listening on Spotify or anywhere else, you're going to hear their voices, so it doesn't really matter. But we've got
Sly
and we've got
Keegan.
Back with the Gaming Goons,
Joey,
Luke.
and myself, Josh. We're going to be talking a little bit about Xbox 360 early days. Well, I guess Xbox 360 is just early days in general now.
Yeah.
And
Man.
the indie games and arcade games that came with it and our experiences with it. And today is a big day because we have merch, baby. If you're watching on YouTube, take a look at this. Look at this, baby. Look at this. Ooh. Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Okay, Joey, sit down. Okay,
I'm gonna sit down
he's
now.
still going. Okay.
He's still going. Yeah,
All right.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You can't stop him.
You can't stop.
Swag.
He's a force of menace.
Swag.
Now the long
He's
range
still
view of it.
You guys are going to want to subscribe.
For anyone listening on Spotify, I'm gonna try to start doing video episodes on Spotify here pretty soon. So, if you aren't part of the YouTube gang yet, you might get the treat of video episodes coming up soon. We'll see.
sounds good. If you guys enjoy this content, please follow, like, subscribe, whatever platform you're on.
Yes,
Please
sir.
support us, and we'd really appreciate it. So, going into it, Xbox 360.
I think we need to kick it off with the one game that catalyzed this entire conversation. Are you good?
I just have to cough really bad. I just had an over-the-top reaction, and I looked at...
You're gonna want to see this video episode.
Yeah, you guys are want to tune in
That one
for
was
this one.
good.
It's too bad we don't have the Sly cane. We could give Sly the Sly cane.
Oh yeah.
the Koopa King.
Yep.
Yes.
So,
that was our
Peggle.
prop last session.
We're starting right off with Peggle.
Oh, Peggle? I was gonna say Castle Miner Z.
No,
yeah, okay.
wait.
We're excited.
The
Okay.
Xbox indie game, which started this whole thing. Castle Miner Z.
Okay, we'll start with Castle Miner Z. Keegan, what do you
Okay.
got to say about it?
It was like a fever wind of a game.
Fever Wind.
Fever
Okay.
dream.
Yeah.
Hey, no, Fever Wind's fine. I'm just.
Everybody's
It's
played
interesting
it.
how that
Everybody
combos.
remembers playing it. It's awful.
Oh, hang on
That is
But
not
everybody's
what I thought
put
you
it-
were gonna say.
Oh
Whoa! It is
Whoa.
the best Minecraft ripoff there is.
no! It inspired Minecraft.
It came out after
I-
Minecraft, didn't it?
Yeah. It did.
Oh, okay.
I thought it'd be
for a second. For a second,
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
I thought it'd
You
be
almost
cool.
got me.
I thought it'd be a cool fact, but you know,
Why not?
unfortunately,
Well, actually, there was Castle Miner before Castle Miner Z.
I played Castle Miner.
I did too.
Very
So wait,
boring.
so did you play Castle Miner Z then?
Oh, yeah.
Or you,
Oh, I love
you
Castle
got it.
Miner Z.
Okay. Yeah, Castle
It just-
Miner, terrible. So boring. It's just creative.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, terrible.
Well, I remember the reason I got Castle Miner Z was because you told me to, but you wanted me to buy Castle Miner Z in like a combo pack with it was like Laser Wars or Avatar Laser
was
Wars.
just
or
gonna
something.
No,
say
it was
something
if
about that.
you bought it, I got something special in Avatar
That's
Laser
right.
Wars.
Yeah,
Well,
you
but
wanted
also-
me to burn 200 Microsoft
No,
points so you
no,
could get
that's not
some.
true. Because if you bought one of those games that were tied to by the same developers, when you spawned in the world for Castle Miner Z, you would get a free Bloodstone pickaxe.
pickaxe, that's
True.
right.
And a Bloodstone. I think
Pistol?
you got a couple things
Knife.
depending on what
I
games
think it was
you
a
would
knife.
get.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool that they tied it in like that. That was neat. But
So I know we just jumped in straight to Castle Miner Z, but I do want to establish like what an indie game is from Xbox 360 and what makes them so special.
Go for it.
So, in my eyes, what I think it is that it's an independent creator that creates the game, and sometimes it's even one person, two people, three, it doesn't really matter, but they're a small company. They develop the games. But what made Xbox 360 indie games so special were the avatars that came with the Xbox 360. You could create your own avatar in your Xbox 360 and make it your base avatar for anyone, all of your friends that could see it. And you could take that avatar with you in games and play with it in game, which was really cool. I think that's what made it stand out from other indie games at the time.
for sure.
I think after that, a lot of them started adopting that.
Mhm.
So you saw a lot of, not copies, but you know, having that feature.
Oh yeah.
I myself had the Ghost skin from Call of Duty or the Mule one from Halo Reach.
Oh yeah.
Those are my
did
mains.
did what came first? The chicken or the egg? No. Xbox 360 or the Wii?
About the same
hang on.
time, but I think it was the Wii.
Was
The
it?
Wii
No,
released
wait, it
in
was-
I thought it was
2000.
360. I think it was a
Did-
360.
The Wii released in 2007, and the 360 released in 06.
Okay.
The
So
360.
the
06.
the
really?
Wii had
I think,
the
yeah.
Mii's that
I'll
you
look
could
it up.
Sounds
make.
about right.
I'll look it up.
The Wii had the the Wii's or the Mii's or whatever they're called that you could make. They were like the miniature people with huge heads for. I don't even know why they made them so big. But you could do the same thing on Xbox, basically. But you could actually play as those characters in so many of the games.
I was wrong. The Xbox 360 was released on November 22nd of 2005.
And when did the Wii come out?
I'm getting there.
Because I was gonna say, if the 360 came out before the Wii, avatars walked so that Mii's could run.
November 19th, 2006.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a year after.
Probably like the same idea somebody had. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
companies heard about.
That is interesting that Xbox kind of did it first, though.
Well, to be fair, I don't know when did avatars release when the 360 came out, or was it
I
a
was
feature
wondering-
that
No.
added on?
It was a later
Because it
feature.
could have been
That's a good
like
point.
at the same time. Like they could have taken it from the Wii.
Do you remember the old like Xbox menu thing where
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like the slides? There's only
That
like 5
was-
of them.
Now that's a
say,
blast from
yeah.
the past.
Man.
It was later that they had the avatars added to it.
Yeah.
That
360 was like, as I recall, like one of the consoles that I remember actively evolving the most.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You just know what I mean. If you know, you were there. But like for real, it's like you said, you had the sliding bars, but like now you have like the menus and like the navigation is so much different, and like you just hold the button and now you get back to the dash. I barely even remember how to navigate the old menus.
Yeah. That was around the time when Wi-Fi like was not a thing. Like it was all LAN.
It was just starting to become a
Couch
thing,
co-ops.
yeah.
You had to buy a separate dongle to plug into your
That's
Xbox,
right.
like a Wi-Fi adapter
Yeah, the
into your
little-
Xbox.
Right.
The little gray thing with the antenna on the back.
Yeah,
And no one
and
thought
if you
that
had
was
one of those,
weird.
you were like rich at the time. Like you were actually like wealthy.
No
you were
one thought
doing
that was
well.
weird at all. We were all like, yeah, that's normal. Of course we need one of those.
We're like, bro, we have Wi-Fi. You're like, you got Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
dude? What do you do with that? I don't even know. Like nobody knew.
Oh my
The
there were no
headphones.
I was
phones.
just playing Halo 3, man. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I can finally play Halo, the sandbox.
What's funny is I think the first console with online play was PlayStation 2. Because I'm pretty sure I've
Yeah,
talked
they
to
had LAN.
I think Uncle John's talked to me about playing SOCOM 3, I think it was, on
Yeah, they-
PlayStation
they
2,
had,
and they could have
they had
online
Super
play.
There's an
LAN.
Ethernet port on the original
PS2
PS2, right?
definitely had.
Yeah.
online.
That sounds about
I'm
right.
trying to-
Yeah,
Wasn't it-
because Xbox Live was a thing with the original Xbox.
Wasn't it something like
Yeah, it just wasn't
you could
super
do
common.
Super LAN where you have like 4 consoles that hook up together? Or was that the original Xbox?
I think
That
that
might
was
be the
original
original.
Xbox.
Okay, because I knew there was something that's like you could have co-op on each Xbox, and then from there you could have 4 Xboxes hooked up together.
Oh, that's a
That's
lot.
cool.
Also, avatars were originally released as part of the new Xbox experience on the 360 in
like I guess you could call them the skins for your avatar.
Nice.
But coming
November 10th, 2009 was the Modern Warfare 2 release date.
Okay.
That was
So-
back when people were still like lining up at GameStop for midnight
yeah.
releases.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
physical.
Physical
Discs.
copies of the
Whoa.
game. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
A
weird.
blast from the past.
I mean, this is a whole era.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to it, I mean, Microsoft points.
Yeah.
You
Microsoft
didn't. It wasn't like $3 per game. It was
They're
24. Like what?
200
240
Microsoft points. Was,
2400, yeah.
something like that.
It was 80 Microsoft points was equivalent to $1 at the time, I believe.
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
Close to that.
I'm
I
pretty sure it
think- I
was
think
like
that may be-
almost
yeah, that
exactly
may be
that,
right.
because like an 80 Microsoft point game was like $1. We're like,
And-
oh
And they
okay.
came in like 2K, so like everything was like 24, but like everything came in 2K Microsoft points, so like you had to get more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You couldn't just
also
get
like
$1
when you had to go out into the store and then buy the physical card with the
Oh,
code on
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. that-
GameStop's Microsoft points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude, that was a lot.
That's insane. I forgot about that.
That was back when I was still stupid enough to like turn in my copy of Kirby Air Ride in exchange for like $10.
Oh, that was a good game.
Oh,
I remember,
Kirby
I remember
Air
that.
Ride.
that
Oh,
game
so
game
good.
sells for like $120 now.
That game's so
Yeah.
fun.
And I literally walked into GameStop because I was a stupid kid and I wanted like I
What?
don't even know what
You
game
want
I
10
wanted.
cents?
Well, GameStop.
They were
had a
like
really
10
nice-
cents. I was like, you got me there.
Well, I
That's 10
have
MSP.
30 games. How much money do I get? Maybe. Get out.
Best I
We'll
can
take
do
your
is
games, but We'll
$2.
give you $1.
Yeah.
You can buy the same game that we're gonna put on the shelf for $20, but we'll give you $2
give you $1.
in-store
Or,
credit.
or $3.50 in store credit. That's
Oh, it was awful.
So, what arcade games did you guys play the most, or indie games?
Castle Crashers.
Oh, my
Okay.
Yeah, for
gosh.
sure. Castle Rock.
What about you, Sly? Let's go around, say our favorite, then we'll kind of go back and talk about a couple of them.
I'm trying to think of like, I definitely played a lot of Castle Miner Z, Castle Crashers.
I want to go back and just see my library.
I know.
Can you pull up a couple, Luke?
yeah.
Just for example.
I'll
Go
go.
ahead, Josh.
So some of my favorite ones are Castle Crashers, Castle Miner Z, Peggle was a big one. One that I played a lot before I started playing Call of Duty a lot was Avatar Paintball.
yeah.
That was the one that I
That
played a
was
lot
fun.
of. And then there was this one game that I genuinely. Oh, there. Okay, so there's two. There's this one like bird's eye view top-down zombie game where you could. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's top-down. There are tons of different waves and stuff,
Almost like
and
a-
it was so much fun. So much fun. And then there's this other game called Zombies versus Mercs, which I played a lot of. You would spawn into a lobby. And it would be you either get placed on the zombie side or the merc side.
Was that Bird's Eye View as well?
That wasn't bird's eye view. That was like a first-person shooter. Then there was one that me and Luke played a little bit. I don't know if you
Avatar
remember this.
Legends.
Oh, that one's so good too.
That was a good one.
Wasteland 2047.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
was just like a zombie survival mode,
Huh,
which was
interesting.
really fun. That was cool.
I remember
like that
playing one. I don't know what it was called, but there were aliens that came to the Earth, and you had to like fight against them. It was like a weird knockoff of a first-person shooter. Like the hit registration was so bad. But you had you were basic. It looked like an. I think it took place in America, and these aliens came, and they had like motherships and everything. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh my god, was
But-
it Battle Los
Battles.
Angeles?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Is that off
Yeah.
Is that off of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Didn't that movie bomb?
Oh, it was awful.
I mean, so did the
That one
game.
was way
terrible.
worse.
It was a memorable game, but it really wasn't that good.
There's
No,
also
it wasn't a
the hit
memorable
reg
game.
was
It
so
bad.
bad.
the Avatar Wipeout game.
yeah.
Oh, I do
Knockout-
remember that
Avatar
one.
Knockout, was it?
Something.
Something
Not
weird like
the
that.
one that
Wipeout?
got sponsored by Doritos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, why was Doritos? Well, I
Doritos
think
Crash
Doritos-
Course.
That's what it was.
Doritos
Yeah.
Crash Course.
So you had to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
You had to buy Doritos to get into it.
No,
Oh,
no,
really?
You could just play that game.
Oh.
That's like
I
the Burger
thought there's
King one,
something-
where if you go to Burger King, you could do the racing game.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Motorcycle
Racing
Madness.
Yeah, didn't they give you like a free copy of a game if you were to buy
Oh,
something?
I don't know.
Motocross Madness was another good. That was you just play as a motorbike. And
I
you
think
just
that's the
race
one
and
I'm
stuff. That's a
thinking
lot of
of.
The,
fun.
like
It was a good
2D
game.
one, like where like you go up and down the ramps and like
Trials HD.
That's what I'm thinking about.
You on the bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Trials.
I love how they did like say HD back then.
So we're going into like a lot of games right now.
definition.
Let's break down the most popular ones that we talked about. So we didn't even go. So Luke, what are some of your favorite ones that you played?
Some of my favorite ones. I played a lot of Castle Miner Z. I played. I mean, at the time, Minecraft was an arcade game. It was listed under arcade.
Yeah, but that was just a listing for Xbox.
I know.
That was
but
like
I
the
played a lot. I
the
played some
infancy
Minecraft
of
there.
Minecraft.
Avatar Legends. I played that a lot. I think I played. It was the laser game. Was it Avatar Laser
Laser
Wars?
Tag.
I
Laser
remember
Tag or
that
something
one.
like
That
that.
was fun.
Everything's
Avatar.
Avatar. Everything.
It was
Avatar.
all
is-
Avatar.
They were so good. They were so easy to
Some,
develop.
most of them
too.
were.
Yeah.
Some of them
Some
were.
of them, yeah. You
There was,
got me there.
I think it was one of those like. There's a lot of them, so there's a few that like make it out of.
Couple gemstones.
I think
Yeah.
the Avatar games were. There was a lot of them because anyone could really make them, because it was in this like creation tool content thing where all the assets were given to you, and anyone could design whatever they wanted. Really,
I didn't know that.
I
I
think
thought
that's
Microsoft.
what it was.
Who made the arcade games? How were they even able to be uploaded?
It was like indie games because independent companies could make them whenever they
It
wanted.
just seemed.
It
Yeah,
just had to
it's-
go through a certain like, you know, process to
Yeah.
get onto Xbox.
Yeah,
just to
they
make sure.
feel like mods or like a sandbox, kind of like
Gmod?
yeah, I was gonna say like it seems like they played Gmod for example and just made different games out of that. So they must have had some type of expansion that they were all using at the same time.
I think
it's all
so.
like the physics were the same, just different weapons, different scenarios, racing, fighting, paintball.
So, what are some of yours, Joey?
Peggle.
Oh,
sure.
love
Castle
Peggle.
Miner Z. Oh man, I would love to go back. I played Castle Crashers, but not too much Castle Crashers. That was so much fun though. It was kind of expensive at the time, actually.
I think it was
for Microsoft.
It was
point
a
era.
lot.
It was like
like
$20. I
I think it was like it was either 10 or 20.
I thought it was like
something-
800
it
or
was between 10 and
1600.
20.
Something
10
like that.
for an indie game was like
It was
I
1600.
definitely think it was.
But I don't remember.
16.
I do remember it being 1600.
Yeah,
I put it off for a while
It was
because
a
it was so
$20
expensive.
game.
I was
Wow.
like,
but it was like
top.
a full game, not like it was
It
like
was a large
It was
game.
a step
Yeah.
above indie. It's still an indie, but it was like nowadays indie games where you're getting full.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The money was
Yeah.
worth it at the time.
That was what they considered an arcade game at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Xbox.
What's wild to me is like how different my spending habits are as an adult with gaming stuff. Like I literally spent like almost $200 on the Steam Summer Sale, and back in the day, it's like, man, I gotta save for 3 months so I can buy a $20 game.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
the problem now is I have disposable income and I don't have time. So when I spend, a couple $100 on the Steam Summer Sale, I know I'm not playing like half those games. Maybe one for like a couple hours, and then I'll just stare at them in my library. Go another day,
Yep.
another day.
My whole objective with the summer sale this year was to I wanted to buy games that would give me like 60 plus hours of content on each title. So I ended up buying Mass Effect Legendary Edition again because I had it on Xbox and now I'm on PC. I
Excellent
picked up
choice.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I picked up
Best game, one of the best.
Elden Ring, Sekiro.
Yes.
There was one more.
You did pick up a lot.
I did.
A
I
lot
told
of
you.
good games.
Cyberpunk. I
Oh,
picked
yeah,
up
I knew
Cyberpunk
you picked
2077.
up-
I need to play.
You don't.
Oh,
You don't have a girlfriend, do you?
No.
No,
Good.
no,
Good.
no.
Yeah,
And
you-
it looks like I'm
yes.
not getting one
Yeah,
for a while.
not for a foreseeable
Yeah,
future.
Each of those games are easily like 100 hours, and not even like scratching deep.
That was the idea, because I promised myself the Steam Summer Sale, I'm gonna ball out, and then I am not spending money on a game until the next Steam
Yep,
Summer
fair
Sale.
enough.
Yeah.
Except Starfield when that comes out, but that's
Bugs.
an exception.
So have we all played Castle Miner Z?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe
Let's
so.
talk a little bit about Castle Miner Z.
Wait.
Are you gonna talk about Elden Ring?
No.
Oh,
I want to, but we're not on that episode. Do you guys remember the arcade game where you top down, like Adventure Heroes or something, and you like you were a car,
Oh.
and you drove around with a car, and you had like a turret on the top, and you picked up different power ups. You just killed a bunch of mobs. It was kind of like a bullet hell.
Wasn't there one like where you're a tank in the same way? Not the Wii one, but there was like one where it was a tank you upgraded.
Yeah, your vehicle's
Josh
always
just had an
changing.
epiphany.
Your vehicle's always like changing as throughout the levels.
I think I've
remember
played
that
that,
one.
but it's been that one
game
specifically.
that game was really cool. I'm gonna find it and
I'm gonna boot
I'll
in my
get it.
Xbox 360
Before we
tonight.
talk about Castle Miner Z, which I really want to, Joey, do you remember Worms?
Yeah, I have
Oh.
that. Dude, they still make games.
Worms
I know.
HD
It was.
Yeah.
specified.
Deluxe.
I remember you playing a lot of Worms.
I do remember playing Worms. That was one
That
of
was
the
a
better
lot.
Worm games. Have you played Worms before?
No,
Oh,
I don't know
my
what this
gosh.
franchise is.
We won't be friends after that.
It's
but,
kind of like
you know,
Stick Wars.
Ouch. Oh.
Like the primitive, or not indie games, the Flash games we talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
You know, there's a stick guy over here, stick guy over here. You fight each other. This guy has grenades. He might be using a
Except
rifle.
you use
This
just
guy's
worms.
throwing
Pick up-
water balloons.
yeah,
that
it's
does
just
damage.
worms. You pick up guns around and you have to arc them.
Wow. Okay.
It's really fun, and it's really annoying how, somebody does a perfect arc and you've missed like 30
Yeah,
shots.
That
Okay.
style of Worms was good. The ones they have now, I think it's called Worms Rumble for the Switch.
I have no idea.
It's what do you call it?
Microphysics?
It's a 2D platformer, but it's
Ah.
continuous. It's not turn based, so it doesn't really work as good.
Oh
It's-
yeah. Oh,
I haven't even seen the newer ones. I just remember.
but it's cool
those
though.
games.
It's creative.
So do we want to jump into Castle Miner Z then?
Yeah,
Of course.
sure.
All right, Joey, what do you have to say? About
I'm trying to remember the first time I loaded in. It's like a Minecraft game for those that don't know, with
guns.
guns
Yes.
and
And dragons.
That's
and
like-
zombies immediately on you
No.
and dragons.
Mhm.
It's
There's
not
a range.
immediately.
There's-
It
Well,
depends
not
on the
immediately.
mode.
Yeah.
Because there's like easy, normal, and then once you got the hard, they would spawn during the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so during the day, no zombies. unless it was hard. But
I thought it was a range out of like the spawn. Like
no,
it got,
they get stronger.
Oh.
They get
They
stronger.
do get stronger.
They do
Farther
get stronger,
away from
but he is
spawn.
right. If you're
They
closer to spawn, I
they
don't
didn't
think
spawn.
they spawn.
You could run back and
because
they-
it's the
they-
tower.
Yeah,
right?
they would.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stop,
Yeah.
or they might stop, but like when you left it, that's when things started. Like the first time I played, we didn't really know what it was. I played Castle Miner, awful.
Yeah,
It's so
that
boring.
one wasn't that good.
But like it was me and my buddy, and like we started going, and you know nowadays I always go to the settings and adjust the sound. So the zombies scream in that.
Oh.
Oh, the first time,
It's actually
scared.
scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a screech
Terrifying.
and it's loud. And
Yeah.
the problem is the audio's bad.
Oh,
So you don't
yes.
know where it is. It's just like behind you, but it's not. It's like 50 meters away. But
Right.
terrifying.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's right behind you. Then, the sound of the dragons too is kind of.
I love the dragon.
That was a rough audio
al-
file,
It always
man.
got me excited though when a
It
dragon
did.
came.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
so cool.
Because the music would change as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dragon would roar. It'd be an ice dragon, earth dragon, depending on where you were, how
Yeah.
strong it was.
Each biome had a different dragon. If you went to the desert, there's desert dragon. The main one was the green dragon. You had to kill all the dragons. And then you
Yeah,
unlock new
way
ones.
cooler than the Ender Dragon.
I'd agree. I actually would agree with that. Yeah.
and
Do
dragon's
you
boring.
guys appreciate the addition of the aliens, or do you think they would have never have done that and gone a different way?
I think it's a good addition.
I think it
it's
was
fun.
okay.
It
I thought-
worked so good on the Xbox.
Yeah, that worked very well. When I was playing it on Xbox, they had the Alien update. I was like, this is pretty nice. We have another tier of guns. You know, there's something new to do.
Yeah.
I think that was the last update they had for Castle
It might have been.
Yeah.
But then what happened? What happened to like the company? Because
Time.
I remember something.
I'm pretty sure Microsoft just shut down the indie games platform,
Yes.
and that was when they
think
stopped
they
making
did.
games.
But
Yeah.
then they put it on PC.
Yeah, I have it on
And
PC. It's in my Steam
They
library.
could have kept going on with it,
Yeah.
but there was something that there's some reason why they
something must have
couldn't.
happened.
I watched a video on it. It was something weird.
It wasn't like a time thing because like that game's old in itself.
That's true.
Yeah.
and then
it's
I
pretty-
don't think the port was very good in like from Xbox to PC. It would have been easier just to remake the whole thing, but then again,
Yeah,
like,
so
it's not
I,
the
I
same.
can tell you my brief experience with the port. About 6 months ago, I was telling my friends at college how amazing this game was, and when you buy it on Steam, you can either buy it as a gift or buy a 4-pack and give three copies of the game away. I bought the 4-pack, so I gave it to 3 of my friends because I'm like, play this, because it was like $10 for the 4-pack. And we got in. Within 10 seconds, we had like 4 zombies on each of us, and we're like scrambling to like chop down a tree. And
Don't you
people
start
are,
with a gun?
yeah, you
start
do.
with a
You start with a
pistol. Yeah,
you start
it's
with a
common
pistol. You
pistol.
start with a knife, a compass,
That's right.
25 torches, and there's like one other thing I think you start with, but
Yeah.
it's,
You get like a certain
starter kit.
But-
yeah.
oh,
every
the hit-
game is the same.
the
Yeah.
hit register on the pistol is so bad.
I think the hit
Yeah.
register on everything is pretty bad.
Oh yeah, the loot drops are hilarious though. The zombie just like dies, and then a flock of blood just wood comes out of the
Oh,
chest.
the effects are
It's like
fantastic.
nice.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
was
how a zombie
when it
dropped
makes it
wood,
drop.
but sure.
That game was just so memorable for me, and I remember before I start going on a tangent, I would like to explain that how the world generation works is that when you walk in any direction, there's a new biome, but it's a set biome. So the first biome will be like forest, then desert, then like mountains. It's a set biome list every time, and my core memory would always be to go to Lantern Land, which was the furthest you could go, which was like 40,000
I
blocks.
think it was 50,000.
It took a
50,000,
while, yeah.
which is insane. It takes like an hour or two to just walk there.
Yeah, because you get to, I think it's like 15,000, and you start getting to it's like a very like high and rich density ore spawn.
Yeah, it's like
Or land or something like
I
that.
called it
Yeah.
resource land.
That's it. Yeah,
That's what I
resource
call it.
land.
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
that was cool. And then after you got through resource land, it was hell, which made no sense. Well, not hell, but it was like a bloodstone. Just
Bloody netherrack.
Yeah,
Like
so
a
weird.
biome, basically.
It was like its own biome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also like instead of hitting bedrock, you would just poke through the hole and you'd fall all the way down
Oh,
into
I
hell, and then
forgot.
you'd have to fight against some of the toughest enemies in the
Yeah.
game, which are the demons.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
fun.
I forgot about
Falling down there for the first time. It's like, oh my
It's
gosh,
scary.
there's a hell in this game. You
It's
know, it's
insane.
like,
It was
And then
they
this,
did it
again,
very
the
creatively.
sounds in that game.
Oh my
awful.
gosh, dude. Yeah.
And
You have
the-
your
that-
headphones on and you're like 13 and you're like,
What's happening?
It was
Freaking out.
relatively decent at the time, but it was not
Yeah.
good at the time. I'll establish that.
I would say it was good at the time. Very good at the time.
The sound?
Oh, not the sound. I was talking about the
No, just the sound.
Oh, sound terrible. Yeah.
The sound
Yeah,
was
sure.
not good at the time. It was maybe a slightly below average.
But it added to the charm of the game.
Oh yeah, it
Which
was an
is-
indie game. You're
yeah.
not really going there for the sound. It's more for just a random experience.
It made
Yeah.
it memorable. Like
Yeah.
when something's, I'm not saying it was that bad, but like it was unique enough in being bad that it, it's iconic
Right.
for
Yeah.
that game if you played it.
I think we could talk about Castle Miner Z for a very, very long time and the memories we have with it, but we should probably move on to another game.
That game that Josh is a professional at.
Peggle.
Yeah.
Peggle 2.
Peggle's
what,
a lot
what
of
is
fun.
Peggle?
You don't know what Peggle is?
You've never actually seen gameplay of Peggle?
No.
Okay. Josh, go ahead.
Never even,
Okay.
This is all you.
Insulted.
To be fair, I don't really know how to explain Peggle.
Do you want me to try?
I'm gonna try first,
Okay.
and you can help me out.
All right, cool.
So basically, it's kind of like a pinball, like a pinball game. So at the very top of the screen, you have this like pivoting shooter that can shoot a pinball, and you have to hit all these different pegs.
Joey's
You have to
providing
hit
visual
all the
aids.
red pegs, and then you have like Peggy Frenzy or something. Peggle Frenzy or something like that.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It is a turn-based single/co-op game where you basically use a dispenser at the top of the screen in order to hit the pegs required in order to finish the game. Once you hit all the orange pegs, you get it's bonus blast or something like that,
something.
and then there whichever alcove in the bottom of the screen the ball falls into, you get that many extra bonus points. There's also other pegs that are like blue that are meant to kind of impede your movement and get you away from getting to the orange ones. There's also special abilities to each character that you can select. My favorite one is the crab, because you get flippers
you
like
get
you're playing
flippers.
paintball.
Did you guys buy the full edition?
I got it for free on Xbox.
Yeah, it comes on
you get
Game
the free
Pass.
trial. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, now, but back then,
Used to
yeah.
be, yeah.
So I
You
only
had to
played
buy
the
it.
free trial,
Oh,
and
you
I
get to
have
play
not
like-
played Peggle 2.
Is it different?
Apparently,
Peggle 2.
between one
Between
and
the
two?
two games, not really. The core identity is still there. It's just like new characters and like a few changes, but it's pretty. I'd say 90% of it is the same game.
Yeah.
It's-
there's an Atari game that's kind of similar to it back in the day. I don't know what it's called. I want to say Space Invaders, but I know it's not Space Invaders. But it's kind of one where you shoot up and destroy objects above you, and
Galaga?
when you I don't know what it's called.
I thought
might
that's
be
Galaga.
Galaga.
Yeah, it's when they come at you. I mean, that the game was cool for the time. Because
Yeah.
Fun fact about that is, computers were very new at that point.
Oh, yeah.
The enemy ships that came at you, like let's say there's 15 at the start, so the computer could only do so many bits at a time. So as you destroyed the enemy ships, it could process
More would appear.
more bits.
Oh.
Well, no, more wouldn't appear, but like instead of doing like 15 ships with all the bits they have, it could process them faster. So the ships sped up and moved
Oh.
faster down. It was like it just it's a happenstance that happened with that one. And
Interesting.
People was like, oh, it's a really cool mechanic. They're like, no, just the computer can run faster now. It can move faster.
For anyone still confused on what Peggle is, if you don't know what a pachinko machine is, look up what a pachinko machine is. It is a pachinko machine, but every time you hit a peg, it disappears afterwards.
Yeah,
See, I was getting confused. I thought Peggle was the one where like you have the orbs crawling through and they're all different colors, and you have to like shoot them with like the same color orb and make
Oh,
they'll pop and then
yeah.
I don't know what game you're referencing, but what I link that to in my core memories is when I used to play Webkins on Webkins.com. There was a
Yes.
mini game for that.
yeah.
We could talk about Webkins for
Wow.
an episode. That's so fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Webkins is so fun. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I'm done with the joke.
Oh, he's not done.
Peggle.
I just want to say
Let
that
him
my
cook.
core.
Let me cook.
Oh, I'm about to cook. Not really. My core memory of Peggle is just recently, last year, in like March or something. I stayed up for like 12 hours straight with my ex. Shout out Sydney. We played in our dorm for 12 hours straight. We played through Peggle, and it took us like 5 hours. We're like, it was like 1 a.m. and we still had class the next day. It was 1 a.m. We were like, there's a second game, right? She's like, we're hopping on it. Let's do it right now. And we played through the whole Peggle 2. And it was like 8 a.m. Then we went to our classes. That was it.
That's crazy. On a school night?
On a school, yeah, dude.
Oh, you spoiled your bedtime.
And then I named my private story on Snapchat like professional Peggle player or something like that.
Yeah,
PPP.
those were the days.
there-
man.
Oh,
PP?
fist bump right here, dude.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm smart today.
All right, so what were you gonna say, Joey?
my
Before
goodness.
Well, honestly, after that, I have nothing to say. I was gonna say you want to talk about another game after Peggle, but I don't really have another.
yeah,
one.
what are some of the games that we listened to?
Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers, yeah.
Castle Crashers, I played that one a lot. I mean, obviously, if you don't know it, it's like a very arcadey. Everybody's characters. How do I describe it?
It's like a 2D scroller.
Yeah, 2D
Yeah.
scroller
Kinda.
where like
Yeah,
you're a
sounds
knight and you have to go save the princess from like various enemies and stages. I think one of the very first map is they entered your castle, so you have to attack them and try to get the princess back. But they run off. Then you go to a cornfield. You fight a giant corn who, as
Yeah.
you beat him, he like catches on fire and he becomes popcorn. And you're fighting a popcorn guy, and like, it was an expensive indie game for the time.
Yeah.
But it was also like a fully built game where there was progression where in the beginning you had like your normal characters, but if you beat it so many times or did certain things, you got new characters with special abilities. Like
Yeah.
they still have it on like PC and Steam and
I can't believe it's held up after all this time. I mean, the
Castle
sound was
Crashers?
good.
Yeah.
The art style was good.
The music was
soundtrack
really
was
good.
good. Bosses were good. The
I would play
storyline
it
was
again.
decent. Co-op. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. We need
The
to play
fun
right
thing
now.
about co-op was that there were 4 base characters. It was like the blue, which was ice, orange, which was fire. I think green was acid.
yes.
What was the
Orange was
what was
electricity.
it? Was it ice?
There's a red.
Or
There's red was
Yeah, it was
fire.
red. Red was one of
fire.
them.
Red was fire.
Yeah.
I know that there might have been like 6 base characters. I feel like.
there's 4.
I feel like
there's only 4.
I think there
And
was
then
4.
after you beat the game, you got
There's
like
4,
more.
okay.
Oh, that's right. Cause yeah.
Yeah, it's been
I
a long
played,
time
like,
on that
the-
Oh,
one.
because you can unlock.
I played like the
Different
Dark
characters or
Knight.
something.
That was my main.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I
Necromancer
remember that
style
one.
one. He was
that
so
was
cool.
so cool.
I'm about to go back and play this.
I
again,
would play
think.
that. It's probably not like too long of a game. I bet you could beat it within like 4 hours.
If that.
Did you play Castle Crashers, Sly?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
beat Castle
Who,
Crashers.
what was the character you mained in the beginning?
I want to say I played Red.
I think I played Red too.
I think I played blue in the beginning, and then like
I
said,
played blue too.
I forget which one I played. I don't know.
I think my favorite was there was like knights, but they're jacked, like absolutely
Oh, yeah.
massive. It was just funny. They
Yeah, you
break the
drink,
door
like, that
down.
one potion, right? And
Yeah.
then you get jacked and like that was so
You break
How
down
did
a
you
door.
acquire new weapons in that
Well,
game?
there was also another game by the
Did
same
you
creator
acquire
where you're like an
weapons?
alien,
Shots.
like a yellow alien,
Shots.
and you
Yes.
could get that character in Castle Crashers if you bought the
Really?
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
know what you're talking about.
There were like a ton of different characters.
There's a lot.
Like if you did certain challenges, like you were saying, there like it's not just the knights. There's like tons. and
You could be
tons.
the enemies, and you could be like special characters. But
Yeah.
like completing all of it, it was actually a really decent game for doing everything. But it just
Yeah.
took you a while.
A lot of
That's
replayability.
true. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a lot of replayability.
I'm gonna go buy it.
Yeah, honestly, me too. That
Wow.
game actually has an HD version on the Series X.
Does it
like an
actually?
actual HD
Oh,
version.
I'm so glad.
Double HD.
HD.
HDDR.
16.
There was this one game.
16K.
I don't know if it's called Murder Miners.
I don't know that
yeah.
one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I played that game
gosh.
Oh yeah.
all the time.
I
I don't
played
even
that.
know how to explain it. It was kind of like a Call of Duty, but not. I don't even really know how to explain it.
I have
it
a
was
core
so much
memory of
fun.
that game.
I remember playing like an infected mode where you're an alien and you got to like have this Spider-Man slingshot thing to get to areas and make this like gross sound effect. It was so much fun. I don't even know how to explain it.
I can't believe you even mentioned that. I have a core memory I need to discuss with you guys. I was playing with Magi and Zach Eisen, one of Angela's friends from high school.
Wow.
And I don't know how we ended up playing with each other, but we decided to play
Okay.
Murder Miners. And we were trying to select a map, and I think Magi had a save already. And it was like new map 001 or something like that. Magi said, I have this map. It's called Numapoo. And we were like, "You mean new map 001?" It was just so funny.
I remember when that happened.
It was so funny. You were like, "You mean new map 001? Not Numapu?"
I think there's two games. Why I had to look them up. Classics on it was Super Meat Boy.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
100%.
Yeah. Did you 100% it?
No.
I was gonna say
No.
you're insane.
Oh,
You really
I
hate
just
yourself.
mean like 100%. Like
Okay.
that game's awesome.
There was a game that came with the Xbox 360. It was called N Plus. You guys remember that one?
why do I remember this?
Is it like the world's hardest game or something like that?
I only played it like one time, but I only remember it because it came with. Oh, that's just the Impossible.
Impossible game?
Where the
Oh, that's
cube
on.
that started on
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
I thought it
That was an indie game.
You're
I'm
a red
pretty sure,
cube. You gotta
yeah.
jump over all the stuff.
Oh wow!
It was
Did
like
it start on the Xbox? I
bare
think it
bones
started on
geometry
360.
dash.
What were
Didn't
you
it?
saying before we get off on this crazy tangent?
I was just saying that it started. Well, if you guys knew what it was, you could have helped me understand what it was, because it was like you were like a stick figure and you had to do like parkour or something, and it came with the 360. That's all I really remember
I'm not
from
sure.
it. It was
Yeah,
just
I
kind of
don't
weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the other Xbox indie game I saw was Undertale, which is a whole other like.
Hello,
That's an Xbox
Sans.
indie game?
It was. On
It
there.
was.
Yeah.
Is that where it came from?
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was on PC. Then I don't know.
Was it
I
PC
thought it
first?
was a PC first.
Yeah.
It might have
I
been.
thought it
Okay.
was.
But that has
They
a
brought
whole
that over that early?
community and
That's a
It's a
massive
pretty
game.
big game,
Oh my
man.
God.
It's really
I have
popular.
it, but I don't think I beat it. There's no way
I
beat it.
I enjoy watching it.
It's
I don't
cool.
want to play it myself.
It's like a text-based adventure
Yeah.
action.
It has a
game.
massive community,
I
Yeah.
enjoy watching it.
but
Yeah.
Respect.
Oh, jeez.
I found the one I was looking for. It was Assault Heroes and Assault Heroes 2, and it's like you're top down and you play as a go-kart, like as a go-kart buggy, and like you control with the left stick, and on the right stick you have your Gatling gun or
Oh,
whatever it
jeez.
is. So
Yeah.
like you're always shooting and firing. You're taking on hordes. Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
yep, I
Yeah.
remember that.
I didn't play that one.
It feels
That
like
game's
was it
awesome.
a SAS Assault?
They can't
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
Is that the
Yeah.
top down?
Yeah.
I think they stole it. But
It's
SAS stuff.
it's not that much different. You're just
No.
in a car. You're a little bit faster, and you get power ups. You have boss battles like throughout the game.
Did you ever play Bot Arena Flash game? It's like
Bot
Bot Arena
Arena.
1, 2, and 3.
Was that where you upgraded your bot as you
Yes.
won round? Yes, I've played that. I've played so many Flash
love
games.
Bot Arena.
Flash games is a whole other thing.
I know we talked
Yeah.
about it. We can't dive too deep into the Flash games.
That is a
Except you
deep-
can't play them anymore because it took
deep
that stuff.
cut.
Yeah.
Adobe Flash Player.
One of the
You kind of can. There's some of them you can.
So you
Somewhat.
can't go in mini clip.
the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same, no, but you
Adobe
can still
Flash
go to
Player.
addictinggames.com and pop off with some potty racers.
I
A
love
game
Pirates.
that me and Luke played quite a bit of. He mentioned it before. It's called Avatar Legends, and I'm not even lying when I say this, but it's kind of like Elden Ring.
I felt like it was more of like a watered down Skyrim.
That too, yeah.
Like you would have to go. The one mission I really distinctly remember is there was a windmill, and you had to go to the windmill because there was like someone trapped in it or whatever, and you got in, and it was supposed to be a skill check because there were like two skeletons that were far higher in terms of health and damage production. And how many times did we try that mission? We
Dude,
tried it a lot of
the
times.
thing is that you could play with other people. It wasn't like a solo.
Yeah,
So me
it
and
was
Luke
like a
would play
co-op
together.
Skyrim.
I'm trying to pull up
Wow.
a picture so you can kind of get an idea. This is bringing back so many memories.
Avatar
just
Legends,
thinking
there it is.
about this.
I've played that. Oh yeah.
It was a lot of
It was-
fun. It was a
I think I
great
might have
game.
saw that, but never
Dude,
played it.
that's actually bringing back like
I think
Yeah.
that is
So
still
many memories.
installed on my 360.
That's the main hub. I
Oh.
remember that game.
Like
I don't remember
with
that.
the
Magi
Xbox.
and I played that.
I must have missed
this
out
is
on
like the
that.
HUD.
Yeah, I remember that. 100%.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
the-
insane.
the
We played a lot. Like, you
360.
could get new swords, new shields, armor, and stuff like that. There's so many different types of enemies. We played
Yeah.
that quite a bit.
We,
on the early
we
days.
really did.
These are the kind of games that would make you want to stay up and play games all night.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really get that feeling too much anymore. Like maybe Elden Ring or games like that. But these games, Castle Miner Z, the one you just mentioned, all night. You got to hear the birds chirping, and even after that, it's like, dude, I cannot stop. This is so much
The
fun.
problem with that is I'd probably die and I wouldn't be able to work. But I want to do that. But
Kind of going with that, we'll go on like a little tangent, but do you think that is part of the time and how young we were, and we just thought it was such a crazy game, or because the game was actually good?
Probably mostly the time period of being young, but also because the game was good.
Because I could go back
And
to
the people
Castle
you
Miner
play
Z.
with, too.
That's true. I could go back to Castle Miner Z, and I'd still think it's a good game. But is it because it's based off of nostalgia?
Both.
Was it the rose-colored glasses?
Yeah.
You look back, you also forget like
All the bad
in
stuff.
Castle Miner Z, it was very, very empty
Yeah.
for most part.
All
lot
of it.
was
That's
empty.
so
And
empty.
you could just outrun everything, which
Yeah.
besides the dragons when they're all chasing you and
I distinctly
cave.
remember to just jump back to Castle Miner Z for a sec. I remember I had a solo world, so there was absolutely no purpose to me doing this. But I had like 2 bases, and they were like, I don't know, like 2,000 blocks apart. And I made the executive decision to somehow, and this is when I was still really stupid and didn't understand that different tools were meant for breaking different blocks.
Ooh.
So I was using a pickaxe on sand to
How
dig
old
it.
were you?
I don't even remember.
What is it
did
with
that
you
take?
and
It's a long
sand with the
time.
May family?
That's my
the
bro-
sand
don't
from
talk about
Minecraft.
sand.
And
Shovels were called spades in that game.
That might have
Which is
thrown me
insane.
off. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I dug. I got about halfway, and then I realized, oh my gosh, shovels work way better. Why haven't I been doing whatever? Besides the point. I dug a 2,000 block underground tunnel
remember
underneath
this.
the desert
why do I remember
I-
this
to
too?
link two bases together. I think I
remember
invited
that.
you
Did we
guys
do
to the
something
world.
like
I've
that?
done that before, too.
I've done it,
I
but like on the
remember
surface,
something
like
this,
a path.
too.
Yeah.
Completely useless because it's not like I'm going back and forth.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
not like
no.
Minecraft. You
Yeah,
need 2 bases.
it was. but-
The zombies were so overwhelming at times that making tunnels underground were more efficient because they could destroy blocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Were there
that's
making
skeletons?
subterranean systems,
Yeah.
There were.
subterranean systems in Castle Miner Z were actually pretty cracked.
There was caves,
Yeah.
right?
They were.
I'm not just imagining.
There were
Those what?
caves.
There were
They
caves,
weren't
yeah.
very, like,
Nothing like
big
how
or anything.
Minecraft.
I remember
or anything.
freaking out running into caves a lot.
They were not
Yeah.
very abundant, and then once the Alien update came out, they got a lot better. The caves got a lot more kind of diverse in terms of like the structure. It was kind of like the Caves and Cliffs update in Minecraft. So
The aliens look like Excadrill Pokemon. Is that his name?
With
The one that kind of
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Looks
No,
like a
no, not
star.
Beedrill.
Extra.
You're talking about.
I think it's Excadrill or something
Yeah,
like
I know.
that.
I know what you're talking about.
He's
He's like
like
red.
him or like the evolved Sandshrew.
Or Heatmore or something like that. I don't know.
you talk about
I
onion
think
turtle.
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
think I do.
Is he gray?
Because
and
they
red?
kind of like walk like this in the game.
Oh.
It's
I
I
don't
want to
know.
say
lost.
it's like a heat-related Pokemon that can
you're
drill
thinking
underground
about,
or something like that.
the
It's like a
mole-looking dude.
yes.
He's from like the 5th gen.
He's gray. He's gray and red. Like his arms are gray. Isn't he?
I'm
He's
pulling out my
red.
Pokédex, everyone.
Joey has a
continue.
Pokédex
I'll
on his
research.
phone. Yeah, but underground tunnels were kind of cracked. I did that in Castle Miner Z, and then I did the Rain Guard in Minecraft. Oh, Keegan Sly, you guys don't know the story.
Yeah, it is Excadrill.
No.
What?
Yeah,
I just hate the rain guard
Yeah,
so
okay,
much.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
That's kind of what the aliens
So
look like.
yeah, okay, I got you.
Sorry.
Me, Joey, and Josh had a Minecraft world, and I got so bored, and I had so much just leftover dirt. I filled my entire inventory with just dirt, and I built to the build height limit, and I just started covering the sky with dirt.
Was that
Just
I kept just dirt, nothing, no space. It blocked out the sun. It was
It was
hilarious.
there. No, like it blocked out the sun so much
Spawn.
that it was so dark. We would light it up with like every block would have a torch, and it would still be completely.
Was that
like, pitch
Gaylordia?
black.
I think it was.
No, it
I
wasn't.
think it was.
think it was.
Josh.
Not the
I
first
think it
Gaylordia.
was. We had like 10 Gaylordias.
Not the first Gaylordia. It was the second.
That's the second.
It was the second.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He would make it in almost every world after that too. And we're like, Luke, you're not playing.
It became a bit, and I had to keep doing it. It was great.
It was horrible. It was like you could hear
so
the rain,
bad.
but you couldn't see it. You know?
That was the best part.
My problem with Minecraft is I started when like it first came out, like around early alpha.
Like 2009.
When there's cobblestone, wood, and dirt.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all
it.
there is.
Wow.
And
That
there's
is
a fog.
early on. Holy
There's just
cow.
a fog.
Oh, that is
And-
really early.
Since I've been playing it since then, like I can't play it without having modded, just because like I've done it so many times, and I've beaten the Ender Dragon so many times I don't see
Yeah.
it. Besides the wings,
The Elytra.
Elytra,
Yeah.
yep. And then like now I just do like super hardcore like science modded stuff where it's like, to get like a piece of iron, you need these 10 machines, which takes hours to get to that point alone.
Yeah.
Did we play something like that? Like, what? It was around the time I think you first started a Republic, because we were playing like some steel making mod.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I've done
We were like, all right, let's make the blast furnace, and Keegan and I are like mining rocks and getting ores and stuff to make alloys, and then we would anyway. It was pretty cool.
I
though.
like playing that now because there's actually stuff to
Yeah.
it. I can't build. I'm a terrible builder. I make a dirt shack and
I'm
I go,
a
this is
builder.
Josh
great.
is a good.
I'm a
builder.
builder.
Josh is a builder.
I can't
Holy
build
mackerel!
a
Some of
lot.
the bases you built.
Josh
I remember
built, like,
our
castles.
we had our one world. It was this was 2020. This is middle of COVID. It was I built a community center. I just called it the CC. And I had my house at the top of the community center with like a sky pool and all that jazz. You had your base was dug into the ground.
This was
It
a
like
realm.
this was a realm.
Is this the one that Ohm joined and all my friends from school, and then we had
No.
No, that's a different
That
one.
one was really
That's the
good.
castle I'm talking about. Then you have that guy you put like with the trident.
Yeah.
that was
That was
so cool, Josh.
That's one of the best worlds I've had. I know which one you're talking about though, because there's like wooden logs on the
Yes.
side of it.
Yeah.
And then there's like glass and leaves and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and then so Josh had that building, and then you had your house, which was it a brick house?
I
think it was
don't know what world you're talking about.
And then this was the house. This was the one that Joe Meglin built. I think it was 300 by 300 stone brick castle.
This
And he had
world
he
far
had a
away.
gigantic
This is the same
TNT
world.
cannon
No,
on
no,
top
This
of
is
it.
the one we went
This
fishing
is the
on.
world where Alex could not figure out what glass was.
This is the
Yes,
same
that
world
is
as
that
the
world.
castle.
Not the castle with
No,
the
it's
trident.
not.
It's
There's
different because that was.
a
But
castle.
I made
it's
a brick.
not
You know that
Josh's
small
castle.
brick house that I had in the middle?
Yes, that was.
That's the second world. That's the realm.
Because I had a really cool underground basement. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true. We started off
Yeah.
with a world and then we went to a realm.
Because I remember distinctly, I would like leave for like 4 hours, but you guys wanted to stay on, and since it was
Yeah.
my world
That's-
and not a
yeah.
realm,
That's when they-
you guys were like, "Can you just leave your Xbox on?" I'm like, sure.
Oh, because you did. You built another base on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
where we did the TNT cannon too.
Yeah.
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 And me and you would take fishing trips. It was great.
Oh yes.
Anyways,
we did.
I built a really
Sorry.
cool house. That was pretty much it.
Josh is a
Anyways,
builder. Yes,
I'm
that's
a builder.
Well,
Um,
coming back around. Were you
if
gonna
you
say anything
wanna-
else about Minecraft?
Yeah, if you want to listen to our Minecraft episode, I think it's episode
12.
12 or 13.
12, I think.
I don't know. If you guys want to go listen to what we talked about, we've got some cool stuff in there.
I just want to point out that I'm proud that we've been doing this long enough that I forget which episode is which.
I know that's good.
That's pretty cool.
That is
actually.
cool.
That's
That
just
is
a
really
good feeling right now.
Same.
Um,
I can't remember sometimes.
So we don't keep talking about Castle Miner Z because I feel like we're just banking right off of it.
Have you seen Quantum Miner? Is that what I'm thinking about?
Is that another
There's a lot of
Minecraft
minor
clone?
ones.
The like 4D one.
4D?
4D. I don't think you
You
can
know
have
what I'm-
Would it give you like haptic
You're
feedback?
4D
Like,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are
no,
in the game. You're like
You get sucked
vibrating.
in.
You're
So,
like-
this is
like-
actually Sword Art Online. That's
Okay, so like
Oh.
if you build like a building, like
Is this a mod for Minecraft?
I think it's like its own game.
Josh,
I
let him
think
cook. Let him cook.
Okay,
I'm
I'll let
pretty
him
sure
cook.
it's like literally called 4D Miner. And okay, so like let's say you build like you build your shack, right?
Okay.
But then you grab the scroll wheel because you're like hanging on your shack, right, and you're chilling, and now you're under attack because like there's a mob in your house.
Okay.
But like there shouldn't be a mob in my house because like I just turned my head like in every direction. There's no like holes in my wall. You scroll the scroll wheel and it changes your like Z plane. So you're changing your plane. So like it opens up all these holes in your walls because like you're changing. You're like always you have an
Oh,
extra
that-
plane that you're working in.
Oh my
It's
That
really
sounds terrifying.
heck?
I'm
Now I've seen a
good.
mod of that in Minecraft,
It's-
but I haven't
it's
seen
really
a game.
trippy.
I've played that. I've played with that mod where it's like you have a box, and then like if you add to that box, when you go inside, it gets bigger, and you can have like machines running
Yeah.
all the time and outputting like whatever.
There's a game coming out soon. I think it's called Viewpoint, where it's like a puzzle-based game, and you try to get through, but it's like optical illusions and stuff. Like it, I don't know. I think who said they haven't seen Indiana Jones?
This dude right here.
Okay,
Oh,
so
jeez,
there's
that
a
was
certain
the mic.
point in it where he has to take the leap of faith, but there's actually stuff in front of him. I think it was the third one when he looks for the chalice
The
or
leap
something
of
like
faith
that.
happens in the Last Crusade. Yeah, they sprinkle dust on the pathway.
You said
Well,
Leap
no,
of
no,
Faith, and I thought of
the-
Spider-Verse.
The original
so.
one of the originals had it. It was just it was a mirror to the ceiling. The floor was just a mirror, and the ceiling was all spiky.
Okay, so the mirror was for the blades that cut the guy's head off. That was the first challenge because the guy walked in and his head rolled back out.
You haven't seen it.
it.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
heck?
how do you-
Anyway,
I told you
Anyway.
the only one I've seen is The Last Crusade, okay?
No, it's like one. It's one of the. Well, why am I listening to you? It's one of the first ones where he has to jump, and it's like the floor is just a mirror, and the ceiling has spikes. What were we talking about before this?
Viewpoint. So anyway, you take these puzzles and you can solve the puzzle by walking through it, or you can insert a picture from real life into it to help you solve the puzzle. But anyway, that's enough on
I've
It
that.
seen
does look
that.
pretty cool.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you could have like a cartoon drawing, a picture you find, and like however you place it. If you place it upside down, that's when you change where you're standing. That's then you can see it's like
It
It's
could
kinda
become
like
like a bridge,
Subliminal.
basically.
yes, Subliminal. I want to play that.
I'll-
So it,
I'll
it
have
was
to-
kind of hard for me to play, but I was on Xbox, so
Yeah.
I'll try to repost it on the Gaming Goons Instagram account because that's where I saw it. But anyway, indie games.
indie games.
What
Uh-huh.
other games you want to talk about?
I'm
I
out.
mean-
I'm out. We've
I mean,
exhausted
the
all
one
my
that I
favorites.
was talking about was Avatar Paintball, which was a lot of fun. It was kind of like an Avatar laser tag. You're just your avatar and you're
Yep.
fighting against other people, like a 3v3 or 5v5 or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was. Do you guys think they'll ever go back to that kind of format of gaming
No.
with indie games, or
Probably
well,
not.
not indie games, but using an avatar to play those games?
I don't think so. I think if they try to do the Avatar thing, the problem nowadays is they'll go, well, you can buy the skin for $20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
cosmetics.
The problem we have now, but that type of Avatar, there might be things like that. Roblox.
I
Kinda
feel like
has it-
Fortnite's
Roblox.
doing it a lot.
Yeah.
Where you buy the skin and then you have like the separate game that you
But
can actually
that
play.
new engine they have, you have people can make their own games.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, but
It's a lot.
yeah. The whole
Yeah.
it's essentially becoming like a Gmod.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Gmod
Gary's
had
mod.
Definitely.
Gmod had Trouble in Terrorist Town, which is one of my favorite games to play.
Oh, that's so much fun. I've
Oh.
played that. Jeez, how many times have I played that? I've only played it like 2 or 3 times because I didn't have a PC, so I had to like whenever I was with someone who had the game, I was like, let me hop on there for a minute because I've watched so many games of who used to always play it? Was it the Misfits? I think they always played. They played some Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Don't remember, but
Okay, and it's either way.
if you don't know what Trouble in Terrorist Town is, it's Among Us is literally just a copy of that.
It is, yeah.
Among Us
okay.
is literally Trouble in Terrorist Town. It's the same thing, but it's made for kids because in Trouble in Terrorist Town you have guns and whatnot.
Well, and you can also
And
kill anybody
terrorists.
at any time, right?
Yeah. Anybody could kill anybody. It wasn't just you had to vote, but like you could find a gun if you think the guy beside you is, the terrorist. Shoot him in the head, and you're wrong, and then the terrorist is still.
Yeah. It can
It was
get.
fun.
I never even have heard about that. till
I
tonight.
think
You
it's
never played
be-
Trouble in Terrorist
It's better
Town?
than Among
Oh,
Us.
it's way better than Among
So much
Us. It's
better.
so much fun.
I don't
They
think
actually,
Among Us is really amazing.
it's not.
I think it's fun, but
I think it's fun, but
It's like-
it kind of died pretty quick.
No, Trouble in Terrorist
Yeah.
Town is actually pretty common on airsoft fields too,
Yep.
like for IRL.
It's fun because like unlike Among Us, it's anybody you can
Yeah.
kill anybody you
For
want.
any
And
reason,
it
too.
Make you go like you freak out because anybody is the terrorist, and
Yeah, there's no
even if it's your best buddy, because
there's
you're
no
just-
emergency meeting.
Is it kind of like faking it in
yeah.
Jackbox Party kind of thing?
I hate that
Yeah.
one so much.
Is that kind of,
I
like anybody
suck
can do
at
anything
that.
at any time?
Yes.
but, like it's not
Um,
like when you have to vote. It's like you just kill them right now. kind
You
of
could
thing.
you could like manipulate the person you're with, and you'd be like, oh, the other guy's the last person. There's also like things in that game where you can test. Be like, if you go into the machine, hit the button, it would be like
Yeah.
not a terrorist. So you don't want to go into that if you are the guy. So you manipulate everybody, and it's just 3 people left. You go, oh, there he is. He kills that guy, and he goes, oh, we didn't win. And he goes, sorry, buddy.
Oh wow!
It's the end of a saga.
So before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you guys all, what was your first Xbox 360 gamer picture when you first got your account?
Oh man!
And you were like, wow, this is so cool. I'll start. Mine was the orange background with the skull because my name was Nuclear Death 47.
Wow.
Mine was, well, technically mine was, it was the same one. It was the skull with the gas mask on it
Yeah.
because I was, what was my first name? Ghost Hunter 115 or something like that? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I was a long time ago, but technically the first account I played on an Xbox was my brother's, which the default name was like Soldskit Loki or something like that. And it had the it was like a blue and yellow checkered background with a dragon's head in the center of it.
I don't remember my logo. I remember my username. It was GangstaBean2468.
If I look,
I think it must have been Halo Reach related.
I think it was a Halo 4 one. Well, that was
Halo 4.
Well,
it had to have been Halo Reach.
No, the one you used later was Halo 4.
Yeah.
But the very first one probably was. It wasn't Halo. Because
I don't
they didn't
know
have
what it
Halo
was.
Hold on,
It was
let me find
something.
Yeah,
I gotta find the picture.
the very first one. I don't. Okay, this one wasn't mine. But do you remember the red background with the monkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were so many people that used that one. That was
Yeah.
The one that was used the most was this one.
Yeah.
That was the one that was used the most.
What did you look up to find that?
Just original.
That was the one I
did
used.
default.
You used that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say I used that
It's
one.
like the dude with the beanie on with a
Keegan,
like
what
a
about
sleep,
you?
like
the
snot
Halo
bubble
ones?
or whatever.
Default?
bubblegum.
Yeah, bubblegum. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Joey, this was.
I was thinking
your-
like a
I
sleeping
think this was your
anime
default
No, it
character.
kind of
one
makes
I'm
sense
thinking
though.
of.
Like
That's
nowadays,
always
it would
how I
be-
thought of it.
There's like
I can't even.
there's the pirate one. Hold on, this is
There's a lot of them.
the Gears of. Oh, it was the Gears of War.
The Gears of War one.
Gears of
That's
War.
it.
It was the Gears of
Because
War.
I think Tristan Schillig had something like that too, and we had something similar.
I know a lot of people were using the dog one. For those who are listening, we're just looking at a bunch of
I
pictures.
remember
of
like
the
when you go
original
to
ones.
there's a
school and, like,
collection
you'd
of
see like
them.
the unpopular kid with the same like gamer tag as you, so you change yours.
Like
The dog one was popular.
looking at these, I recognize a lot of the games. Like there's Ghost Recon, like the old Ghost Recon,
Yeah, there's
Crackdown, Oblivion.
cracked.
That was the new
Perfect.
Ghost Recon back in my day.
Wow. Okay.
War
Uh,
of Tanks really popped off on Xbox
Crazy.
360.
Yeah,
We
Games
played
still
that for a
very
little bit.
Yeah, game's still really popular.
It is.
I've said like we like a couple of times. I keep referring to Sly, myself, and Mason Deem.
What about Nick Banco?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah,
I remember him
Banco.
being on there a lot.
I miss Banco.
All
I'll
right,
talk to him.
guys.
Citadel every now
I
and then.
think are we at the point of final thoughts? I think we are.
Closing
so.
thoughts.
I-
Something about monetization. Closing thoughts. If you think that game monetization couldn't be better and that corporations doing the best for you, you're wrong. Hey, I look at Halo Infinite is crazy in its monetization practices and the fact that people have to buy colors and armor skin packs is one of the nuttiest things I think I've ever seen.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Oh.
Colors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
So
Yes.
like in Reach, okay, Reach.
Reach, you would
Halo-
earn it.
Halo Reach, you just had colors and like you had your primary color and your secondary color for your armors, right?
Yeah.
You have armor skin packs like
For each
color
piece.
for a color,
no.
yeah, like
So you can't even get like a uniform set.
No.
They
no,
screwed up.
no.
You
You
can,
need
but
to
you have to-
use the preordained colors that they give you.
Oh.
Why don't you like it? What's wrong with you?
Red versus blue, man. Red versus blue.
I think it was either Twitch numbers or the game itself, where it's like only 2% of people are watching it on Twitch, or 2% of like how many people streamed it or view count of when the game released now, and that's just because like
Wow.
it's not. They went for the free to play aspect for it, but they're not adding to it
It
at all.
flopped.
Yeah, it's flopped. It's flopped. I liked
Tragic.
it, but there's nothing to do. It's the same game. There's no Forge mode. That's the biggest thing they missed out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to have a Halo episode
There's no
too,
Forge.
because I really miss playing Firefight in Halo Reach.
Oh, dude.
That was so much fun.
I
that,
love
that was the best game
Firefight.
mode of probably all time. for me.
Firefight Forge has always been a missed opportunity.
Yes.
Always been a missed opportunity.
Yeah, because you couldn't like spawn in enemies on your
Imagine
own.
if like you could like just make like a little base and like this is like where you defend it and everything like that.
That's why New Vegas mods were cool back in the day.
Forge
Back
Forge
so.
games were some of the coolest and best times.
Yes.
Like that's where zombie. What was that mode cover? Like the one.
Oh,
that's a
Flood?
Flood, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah.
that was so
That was
much fun.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of
100%.
my
We're gonna have to
concluding
talk about
thoughts
Halo.
are Xbox. You should not have to be charged to change your name on 360.
Yeah.
Amen.
Indie games are fantastic. Xbox 360, I love you. Good night.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
indie
all.
games, they're kind of the backbone of the gaming community. I mean, without small developers that work their butts off to achieve a small project. A lot of people would not grow into the AAA games, and when they get picked up, sometimes they go downhill quicker than they go up. So, keep that in mind. And those games are sometimes the ones that hold the best memories, the ones that are developed by a small group, an individual, and aren't attached to anything. So.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of that a little bit. I think the memories for sure. I like it when your buddy would hop on and say he found a good indie game, and then everyone would buy it. Then, that's kind of how we all fell in love with Castle Miners.
Yeah.
But good job. Xbox 360, best console of all time, in my opinion. I love it. Gamer tags were cool.
Mm-hmm.
Avatars were cool.
Avatars.
Good arcade games, good indie games. Good job, Microsoft, on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of his piggyback. Indie games, Xbox indie games, I think was very unique. I don't think we'll have something like that again. But, indie games in themselves, I think right now is a fantastic time. You have, Stardew Valley. Terraria is an indie game. And,
Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver. Dredge is another one. You'll see indie games pop up every once in a while, but, they really hold up because most of them are unique. Terraria, you can go back and play. And
Yeah.
I think there's, Minecraft was an indie game until they got bought out.
Mm-hmm.
And now they don't update it all, but that's a whole different
Battle
conversation.
Pit remastered as well.
Mm-hmm. And these ones that pop up rival AAA games because AAA release and everything's buggy, and they go,
Yep.
we'll fix it in a year, and then it's too late.
Bad impression.
Yeah.
So,
All
indie
right.
games, cool. I love them. They're a great time to play.
Beautiful. Joey, you want to take care of the closing?
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, please follow, subscribe, and if you guys like our merch that we're wearing right now,
Let us know. If
let
you
us
want
know.
Some.
Let us know if you like it. We just want to know. We just want to
Maybe able to do
know.
something.
It's super cool. Kind of jealous.
A huge thank you to our two wonderful guests for being here tonight. We actually recorded 2 episodes tonight. We did 19 and 20, so you'll get to see them again in a back-to-back fashion next week, so you guys should be excited for that because it adds a lot of depth to the conversation.
Yeah. Do you guys want to say anything to the audience or anything before we're done?
Just thank you guys for your time, and thank you everyone out there for listening. Down with the corporations, down with the status quo.
Yeah. So
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Go Browns.
Give these guys a follow and a like, and share their stuff. They're great.
Fun stuff.
Thanks for being
They're
on,
not
guys. Thanks for
biased
being
at all,
here.
by the way. They're not biased at
We
all.
don't even
I
know
would
who
be
they are.
if I had a shirt, but I don't.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks,
get you one
guys.
eventually. All right. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
See you.